Gary Payton at the Seattle Supersonics.
Jay Peter with the Seattle Mariners.
Jermaine Curse.
Cliff Averill.
Dave Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
What's up? You're watching NorbCam Now, because the only thing that matters is now. So what is happening now? The NFL Combine, which takes place now through March 6th, Monday. What is the NFL Combine exactly? Well, the NFL Combine is a week-long showcase every February that takes place at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, where college football players perform physical and mental tests in front of NFL coaches, general managers, and scouts. In other words, it's where player personnel decide their team's futures by watching a bunch of guys in shorts and tank tops doing their best impression of the elementary school presidential physical fitness test from years past, you know, running, jumping, doing push-ups, and weaving around cones and obstacle courses. Yeah, it gives you a good idea who has really amazing athletic skills, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee you're getting a good football player either. For example, there are guys who have had killer combine numbers, but turned out to be busts in the NFL. For example, Tim Tebow, Darius Hayward-Bay, and Seattle's Aaron Curry, just to name a few. On the flip side, there's some guys who suck at the combine but turned out to be awesome football players. For example, Anquan Bolden, Kelvin Benjamin, and Tom Brady. So if you're into metrics and stopwatches, well, this show is for you. Hey, what about that UW John Ross? 4.22 in the 40, broke Chris Johnson's record. Dude is fast. Go Dogs! Free agency started last month. Teams were able to either re-sign or franchise tag key unrestricted free agents. So what happens when you franchise tag a player exactly? Well, you tag that guy and you say, okay, you're not going anywhere. We're keeping you for a year, and we're going to pay you the average of the top 5 salaries in that position, or 120% of your previous salary. So here are the key guys who got tagged. Chandler Jones of the Cardinals, Jason Pierre-Paul of the Giants. Kirk Cousins of the Washington Redskins got tagged last year for $19.95 million. Is going to make $24 million plus this year. This for a guy who has a sub 500 career record. Go figure. Eric Berry of the Chiefs got a 6-year deal worth $78 million. Good for him. He beat cancer, had a monster year last year, and is going to get paid for it. Good for him. On March 9th, free agents become available to talk to other teams. So here's some of the key free agents out there who have yet to be signed. Le'Veon Bell of the Steelers, Darren McFadden, running back for the Cowboys, Adrian Peterson, running back for the Vikings, Jamal Charles of the Chiefs, Dante Hightower of the Patriots, Calais Campbell of the Cardinals, Brandon Williams from the Ravens, Earl Mitchell of the Dolphins, Dontari Poe from the Chiefs, Martellus Bennett, tight end of the Patriots, Tyrod Taylor becomes a free agent on March 11th, Brandon Marshall of the Jets is going to be released, Alshon Jeffrey, wide receiver for the Bears, Kevin Zeitler, guard of the Bengals, and Tony Romo, he's not a free agent technically yet, but is more than likely going to be released. Colin Kaepernick can also opt out of his current contract, so those quarterbacks are yet to find a landing spot. And there is rumor of a possible 3-way trade involving the 49ers, the Redskins, and the Cowboys that would send Romo to the Redskins, Cousins to the 49ers, and a 2nd-round pick to the Cowboys. But that might just be a rumor. We'll see. And now, on to the Seahawks unrestricted free agents. We've got Steven Hauschka, kicker, tight end Luke Wilson, linebacker Mike Morgan, Tony McDaniel, defensive tackle, fullback Marcel Reese, Will Tukuafu, fullback safety Kelsey McRae, and DeMontre Moore. Obviously, we can't keep all these guys, but the ones who I'm hoping they'll at least give a look to see if they can try to keep around if the price is right. Steven Hauschka, despite the rough year he had, Luke Wilson, Mike Morgan. I hope they keep Marcel Reese at fullback. I love the guy, good hands, can block, and Kelsey McRae, good backup safety. So we'll see if they can get these deals done. Other free agents out there on the market who the Seahawks will be very interested in checking out since we have needs there. Particularly in cornerback, got AJ Bowie of the Texans, Stephon Gilmore of the Bills, Darrelle Revis of the Jets. Of course, he's dealing with his arrest, 4 felonies, 2 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of robbery, 1 count of conspiracy, and 1 misdemeanor for making terroristic threats. This involving 2 men. Apparently there was a verbal argument with Revis, and then the 2 men woke up after being punched, knocked out. So if Revis doesn't end up getting picked up by a team, maybe you can go into boxing because he seems to be pretty good at it. And of course, what we all have our eye on, offensive line free agents. We've got Andrew Whitworth from the Bengals, Ryan Clady, tackle from the Jets, Kelvin Beachum from the Jags, Riley Reif from the Lions, Russell Okung, former Seahawk, released from the Broncos after 1 season, Breno Giacomini, guard from the Jets, released, TJ Lang, guard from the Packers, and Larry Warford, guard from the Lions. Now, there's been a lot of discussion about what the Seahawks need to do about their offensive line, and I've got a thought of what they need to do. You take Jermaine Ifedi, who's currently the right guard. You move him to right tackle. Then you acquire a left tackle in free agency. Could be give Russell Okung a look. Maybe Ryan Clady, Andrew Whitworth, a veteran at left tackle. And then you go to the draft and get a right guard. That's my thought. And of course, you build up the depth behind that. But that's my thought on what the Seahawks should do. Draft coming up. And of course, the Seahawks did get 2 compensatory picks in the 3rd round, which apparently because of the change in the rules can be traded to get more picks from other teams. So with 7 total picks picks in the draft. Our draft needs defensive tackle, running back, cornerback, offensive lineman, safety, strong side linebacker. And there's this cat out of Wisconsin, Ryan Ramczyk, pretty strong rated offensive lineman. May want to take a look at him if he's available. All right, one final note. In a recent ESPN interview, when asked about his confrontation with the Seattle media host, Richard Sherman claimed that nobody knows what was actually said and that what was put out there was completely fabricated, even though the whole scene was caught on tape and witnesses by other media members were there in the room to hear it. Now, nationally, maybe this is not a big of a story. In Seattle, it was kind of a big deal because Richard Sherman was starting to take his credentials away and saying some things they probably really shouldn't have. Now we got people, after Richard Sherman denied having done it, saying that they made this up, even though there's all these witnesses. A lot of people around here are now starting to say that Richard Sherman needs to go, that they've had it with him as a Seahawk. In my opinion, though, as long as Sherman isn't affecting the locker room, causing problems internally within the team, not breaking any laws, and he keeps playing at an elite level, I don't even care what he says, you know. Just keep locking him down, Sherm. That's my opinion. All right, well, that's it for NorbCam Now. Let me know what you'd like for me to talk about in my next NorbCam Now segment. Just put it down there in the comments. Make sure you click here to watch one of my previous videos, and don't forget to subscribe to NorbCam. You can do it right here. Click on this button right there. And hey, if you like my suit, you want to get one from yourself, whether you're a Seahawks fan or even if you're a fan of another team, you can get one just like this. Check out the fine folks at Shinesty.com. All right, until next time, this is NorbCam Now, and now you're in the know. Talk to you guys soon. Go Hawks.